What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're gonna finish up Scorn on my main computer here with a 13900KF and RTX 4090. It's a gaming trio from MSI, if anyone's curious. The motherboard is a ASUS Z790 Gaming E. It's got a 1600 watt overpowered PSU because I was expecting everything to take a lot more power this time around, but whatever, it's still nice to have. The fan almost never comes on it, and if it does, it's really quiet, so I at least get pretty quiet gameplay, which is what I really wanted with this thing. We got a custom loop. The CPU block is a EK Velocity 2, and we've got a 420 millimeter radiator, and then we have a reservoir pump combo down there. So that's about all the, oh wait, nope, RAM. 32 gigs of 6400 megahertz DDR5, and it's CL32. I haven't messed with any timings or nothing. I just set the XMP profile and let it do its thing. So now, why don't we go ahead and hop into the game, get some gameplay, both camera and screen.
Well, here we go. We're gonna start off 4K on the main computer here. We've got no VSync or anything on. We're gonna start off on low, even though it's a little ridiculous for a computer of this kind of magnitude, but hey, it is what it is. Did it on my secondary computer too, so why not? Let's go hop into the game. Well, alright, let's get started with a little low gameplay here. And I always have to remember to turn the sound up in the editing for this. At first I thought, oh god, is there no sound again? But no, there is. It's just really, really quiet right now. But once you guys see this, it won't be. It should be all equalized and awesome. I try to pay more attention to that stuff now, so you don't get your eardrums blasted out by me talking too loud or anything like that, or the game doing something, you know? Instead of just throwing it all in there and being like, well, hopefully they can hear me, like I did when I first started the channel. You gotta start, you know, doing the stuff better if you want people to keep subscribing. You can't just keep doing the same old, same old. That's why I also improved on my equipment. I know it was a little premature. That's probably the kind of stuff most people with like 40 or 50,000 subs kind of equipment would have. But I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll be there eventually one day. So why not just get it? And even if I'm not, whatever. It's nice to have nice equipment like that. Because even if I only ever get like 5, 10K subs, and then I just kind of fizzle out, who cares? That's still a lot of subs. But I'm going to stay positive and hope I can just get up to my 50K goal and then keep going from there too. But, of course, we gotta be realistic. We're not even at 2K yet, so I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and keep improving. And hopefully one day I'll be there. Oh, I guess I can't jump over there. As a matter of fact, I don't think I can jump in this game. I haven't really mashed too many other buttons besides A, so I guess I don't know that for a fact. Well, yeah, even on this computer, there's still a little stutter here and there. But we are getting 300 FPS a lot of the time. Yeah, it's probably the cap. The in-game cap. It can't go any higher than that. But alright, though. Why don't we go ahead and move on to the next graphics setting? Well, now we're going to move on to media, so let's look over the settings real fast here, and then we'll get back to the game. And there we are, already at the bottom, so let's go do the in-game thing right now. Well now, medium gameplay now. Let's see how it does. We're still getting real close to that 300 FPS at a lot of spots, but a lot of times I'm just staring at a wall. But still, over 200 FPS at 4K medium, that's still not bad. Way more than what you need for a game like this anyway. I'd put VSync on, limit it to 120 FPS, and then my GPU wouldn't get so hot, CPU wouldn't get so hot, and it wouldn't be as loud as it is. Usually my computer's pretty quiet, but I noticed during this kind of gameplay, when you let things go unlimited, it does get pretty loud. Probably because the GPU draws a lot of power and makes the PSU spin a lot faster than it usually does, and then also the GPU fans spin up pretty freaking crazy because they're trying to get it to stay under 77. It gets up to 77, 78 a couple times in this video, I believe. But regardless, that's still really good cooling. Considering I don't have any case fans, it's just open case, and my room's normally almost 80 degrees, so it's not doing too bad. And that's 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that would be in Celsius. I'm not good at doing those calculations on the fly. let's go on up to the top of our little mountain area here. We're just gonna call it the Citadel Hill. Alright, now let's do that. And then we can head on back down. Oh, there we go. I kind of confused myself. We found down though. And now we can go ahead and move on to the next graphics setting. Well, here we go with high mode, which is what everybody should be playing with a computer like this on. Let's just cruise through the settings here. Already almost the bottom before I got done even saying anything. And there we are, at the bottom. So, let's get into the game and see how high does. Well, here we go. Let's get a little high gameplay, and now we're still getting 200 FPS. Yep. For older games like this, the 4090 makes short work of. But there's also no ray tracing or anything in this game that I know of, so that probably also helps. But in most games, it even does ray tracing quite well. But there are a couple, like The Witcher, that just came out where it can't do 60 and with ray tracing on native. You gotta turn some DLSS on if you want to do all that, and some frame generation on top of that. Pretty crazy already. And that's just an old school game with a frickin' ray tracing mod thrown on top of it. Which is probably why it runs like that, if we're all honest. Oh yeah, and we've already reached around and got back to this place, huh? Doesn't take too long. And we'll of course go on up here too. Oh man, motion blur is terrible. Normally I turn that shit off, but a lot of the times I just leave stuff on stock. Because a lot of people do like that stuff on, so I just leave it alone. But if you guys notice, normally during my gameplay, when I'm doing custom settings, I'll turn that off immediately. Well, now let's do some recommended quality settings here. So we'll just scroll down to the bottom here, which we're already almost at. And there we are. We're at the bottom. So now, let's go see how it does now. Well, now let's do some recommended gameplay here before we get into the FSRs. And still apparently getting really great FPS. With the occasional stutter every now and again, but it seems like a lot of DirectX 12 games just stutter, unfortunately. So let's just keep running around doing our little circles here. Yeah, recommended sure doesn't look that bad, really. But it does have one of the most important things ticked. It's got the textures on high, and those are one of the most important things you look at all the time. Textures kind of are the game, so the lower the texture, the worse the game looks. Other things are usually not as evident. We'll go past our weird skull-sucking machines over there. getting stuck, but we've almost reached the top here. There we are. We've reached the top of this little guy here. So now let's go and head on down to the bottom. And then once we reach the bottom, that's where we'll probably go ahead and move on. Yep, let's do just that. Let's go move on to the next graphics setting. Well, now let's do FSR, and we're going to start with FSR on quality. Not like it's necessary on this computer at all whatsoever, but why not try it out just for fun? We're leaving the rest of the game on high, of course. And with that, we've reached the bottom, so let's go see how it looks and how it plays. Well now, FSR 2 on quality here. Let's just go run around and get like a minute of gameplay or so. That should be plenty. And then after we're done with the FSR different settings, we'll move on to some camera. Go on up here. All right. And we made it back down. So, you know what that means? That means it's time for us to move on. So now let's go tone it down to some FSR Balanced now. Well, now we'll do some FSR 2 Balanced here. So again, we'll just go look at the settings here. Still on high, of course. And now, let's go in and see how Balanced looks and plays. Well now, let's do FSR 2 Balanced now. We'll go run around here. Oh yeah, I just reminded myself. I still have to go and type in the description for that video I uploaded last night. I finally got all my stuff to do my M.2 swap, so now my laptop has 4 terabytes of total storage, and the main drive is really fast, a 970 EVO. One of the fastest drives you can get for Gen 3 anyway. And then I still have the old 2 terabyte on there, that Silicon Power for games that don't matter as much. Though it still had like, I think 2300 or something megabits per second, or megabytes per second read speed, so it's still not horrible. But nothing like the other one. Well, let's finish FSR up with FSR 2 Performance. So, one more time, we'll scroll on down to the bottom here. Everything is still on high, of course. I'm not going to change it on you now right at the end. That would be absolutely stupid. So, now that we've reached the bottom, why don't we go see how performance looks? Which is probably not good. Well, last up before we get to camera is some FSR 2 Performance. So again, let's just run around. And as you can tell, it does not look very good anymore, but what do you expect when you use FSR 2 Performance? But we don't even need to use that at all, realistically, on this computer anyway, but we're just doing this for fun. I'd play the game on high, which is what we're going to do next once we switch over to camera. And I'm also excited tonight to hopefully get my laptop to get good temps. I'm really hoping getting rid of the thermal pads fixes it. Hopefully I didn't damage nothing. But so far it's been working fine, besides it being a little warmer, so I'm hoping once I put this new thermal paste all over everything will be absolutely excellent. But only one way to find out. Once I'm done with these voiceovers, I'm going to go do that before I even start editing my videos. Because I can always edit the videos later at night. Heck, I can edit them on anything, including the laptop. It just takes it longer to encode. Anyway, why don't we go ahead and move on over to camera now. Alright guys, let's get ourselves a little camera recorded gameplay here. and then we can wrap this video on up after that. This is definitely a creepy game, that's for sure. But this does look like a pretty interesting game, I'm not going to lie. I do like puzzle games. I will probably end up playing this game a little later on, but for now I've got plenty of other games I'm playing. I'm still playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. I just beat it, and now I'm doing the little Yuffie mission. Or gameplay or whatever. I don't know how many chapters there is to it. But it's doubtful it's as long as the stock game, but still, it's fun that they put that in. And I'm also playing Persona 5. And I think that's enough games to focus on playing. Other than, you know, every once in a while playing some games with my friends, but everybody's been so busy lately we haven't had a lot of time to game. But I guess that is part of the whole growing up thing. Everybody gets families and has to do other stuff, and jobs take over a lot of your time, and then a lot of the times you think you're going to have some time to play some computer games or some games or any kind, console, whatever, and then it's just like, oh wait, nope. The wife needs something, the kids need something. Oh, wait, nope, there's some baseball game we gotta go to, you know, shit like that. I don't got none of that, luckily. But that's just because I don't want it yet. Once I kind of want it, I'll go and find it. If I ever end up wanting it. Me, I'm just personally happy just being able to play my video games basically all day. It's fucking fun. Play a bunch of video games, make a bunch of money in the background, not have to do jack. Let's head up on many of these guys. That seems like a pretty good idea. We can go see the Melon Baller 9000. Yeah, imagine that trying to scoop your brain out or something. Who knows what it's for. Eventually, if I play, I'll find out, I'm sure. But for now, I'm just trying to get some footage for you guys. Show you how it plays on all the different systems I got. Just can't try it out on the Steam Deck, unfortunately. I do not own it on Steam. Don't even know if it's there. I'm just paying the Game Pass version for now. That's how I play a lot of the games that I'm not sure I really want. I'll do Ubisoft Plus or Game Pass, what have you. And Game Pass comes with that EA stuff now too, so a lot of times I'll use the 10-hour trials they give you with that to do stuff like F1 and the football game and soccer game and stuff. Now I was gonna do whatchamacallit, FIFA 23, but then it like didn't let me have my Afterburner window, and since it's not a Steam game, I can't just easily find where its damn executable file is and just tell it to add it to the whatchamacallit thing. Some things you gotta go to the MSI or Riva Tuner and tell it, hey, add this in, and then it'll start showing you the GUI menu up in the corner there again. But some games just refuse to let that work, and that's where it gets annoying. Luckily, that's not very often. Oop, almost fell in a hole because I'm not paying attention to where I'm walking. At least it doesn't let you. I would have fallen in so many holes by now. Probably broke my legs, something fierce. Alright. We went to the top of our little tower. And the camera is already down to 2 batteries. I really need to get that dummy battery so I can just plug the thing in 24/7. Otherwise, I'm gonna kill this battery real quick, and then when I want to actually use it and need the battery, it's gonna be like, all right, sir, you've got 10 minutes of use. Have fun. And I'm like, damn, that sucks. You know, and that's not gonna be good. No, no. But alright, I think that's more than enough camera gameplay, so why don't we go wrap this video on up now?
Well, alright guys, that is a wrap for Scorn, and it played pretty damn well on this computer. When we were on low, we had a couple stutters here and there, and maybe a few on medium, but after that, I think it was pretty damn smooth. So, obviously, the main computer can play it no problem, but it's not too surprising. A 4090 should make short work of pretty much all old school games. There's still a couple exceptions to that rule, like Cyberpunk, for example, but once they roll out that update where you can do frame generation, it won't be so bad. I don't like using that, but I'll use it if I have to. As long as it's not gonna make, that'll be the first-person shooter-ish game I'll play it with it, and we'll see if the added latency is too much for me or not. But only one way to tell, they've got to release the update, unless they have already, I just don't know it. I've been waiting to do another Cyberpunk video, just to see how that does, just on this one computer. Pretty much done everything we can do on everything else. Besides the Steam Deck, I don't own it on Steam yet. If I ever see it on sale for like 20 bucks or something, I'll grab it though. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys for this video. I sure hope you enjoyed it, because I enjoyed making it. And until the next video, peace out, guys.